Today is September 8th, and while there's been a drought all summer, I must say I'm pretty grateful for the green that we do see, even though a lot of the garden has died. Look at this beautiful chard. A whole row still alive and kicking. Got some green beans on the trellis here, which I kind of messed up when I was planting them. Long story. What else do we have? Some herbs that I never do anything with that are out of control. Planted them a few years ago. Some squash. This whole bed used to be full of, but they've been overtaken by squash bugs. There's some zucchini and crookneck down there. There's some kale standing tall down there. This whole trellis was cucumbers, but they're pretty much dead. And there were some watermelon and cantaloupe plants along here, but again, pretty much dead. Got one lowly melon hanging here on the trellis in a nylon. We grew up the trellis, so we had to kind of support it. But I'm pretty sure the plant it's on is probably dead. Then we have a Chad picking tomatoes. There's some basil down here, this whole row. And then in between these poles we have tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. A lot of them don't make it into the house because the cherry tomato monster eats them when he's picking them. More melons were planted down here. They're kind of growing up over the fence and they're half dead. Not sure there's any melons left. We got a few watermelons, but all of our muskmelons rotted on the vine. I'm not sure why. Here's another row of tomatoes. Luckily those haven't died off. Another row of basil back here. Didn't do as well because it's so shaded from the tomatoes. Kind of planted that on the wrong side. And then here's a row of peppers, which we finally have some turning color. Some red peppers. More red peppers down there. This whole row is different varieties of peppers. Hot peppers, bell peppers. And we've got potatoes planted back here. And another row of potatoes somewhere down there that I missed. And we've got our other garden over there with some peppers and tomatoes and a few squash that we planted really late. And this is kind of our secondary garden, sort of an experiment. We were seeing how well things would grow over here. And our cabbages grew really well. Unfortunately, we didn't invest the time and effort in putting a fence over here while we were experimenting. And soon after the luscious heads formed, the woodchucks found them. So they're mostly gnawed off. Long ago, actually, they were gnawed off. But now it seems that new heads are forming, and I don't know if they will grow into full new heads or how that works. Hopefully they do, because maybe we'll get a few later this fall. These were all planted in the spring and eaten by our resident woodchuck. Oh, here's some peppers too. So, peppers, tomatoes, gnawed off cabbages. I think these tall plants over here were cauliflower, but they never worked out. And these are a couple of yellow squash, summer squash probably, or maybe zucchini. Oh, there's a little something, little zucchini growing way in there. So we'll see. Some of these tomatoes are looking kind of sad, but there's a red one. So that's how our garden grows. How about all of you?